So my goal with my platform here is to bring you guys interesting things that are related to music and art and stuff like that, but might be a little bit off the radar. And today what we're going to do is look at the root of a word that actually is the word that defines us as people. Today we're going to explore the word persona, what it means, its history, how it's related to music, and why this is all super, super cool. When you hear the word persona, you might think of the word person or personal, or maybe your personal profile or something like that. But did you know that the word actually means mask? That's an old word from ancient times when actors used to wear masks so that they could project their voices out to the audience. And that mask allowed the sound to go through. And the word persona comes from that, from the sound passing through, per suonare. So back in the day, when you would go to a theater, the mask would tell you what the role of the person was. So whether they were the hero, the god, the fool, you would be able to tell from the mask. And this was really important. This is the start of all the things that we know about acting and stuff like that today. But the crazy thing is that those masks also had this ability to project sound. And what that did was basically create an acoustic environment where the people could hear really well, even though they might have been further back. And we know that amphitheaters, like the one I'm standing in front of right now, had amazing acoustics. So it's not only about the theater, it was also about, let's say, the mic of the person speaking through. And that's the beginning of our current technology of microphones and even vocoders and stuff like that, all the way to autotune if you think about it. But then what happened in time is that the word persona came to mean the person that you became in real life. So the word was adopted from the term mask, or prosopos, I think is how you say it. It's Old Greek, I don't know. But the point is that the mask that you wore was your public identity, right? And so that became the thing that as you became a, professional in whatever thing you did, you wore your mask the same way as we all wear our masks today, right? We all are musicians or whatever you do in your life, you're wearing a mask. And so the word persona or personality comes from that idea of us all having a mask. So let's look into that. This is where I think it's really interesting, and this is the reason why I wanted to make the video. It's like our personality, who we are, is what we show to the world, right? But is that really who we are? And do we show everything to the world? I mean, clearly we don't. So are our masks really us, or are we the person behind the mask? If you think about all the great musicians that we like too, think about Daft Punk, MF Doom, right? The mask is the man, right? Is your presentation to the world more important than your own real reality? And I know this is kind of psychological, but I kind of want to go that way. One of the things that we all deal with is our ego. And when we think about our own personality, we are experiencing life through our own eyes and seeing things that way, and we think everything is very much our personal experience. But what if it wasn't? What if we were all kind of empty characters in a play who put on masks, and that mask was whatever you were, your persona? And maybe you take the mask off sometimes. Maybe you forget that the mask is on sometimes. All the different things that have to do with who you really are. And what I wanted to share with you guys today is that a lot of this stuff comes from the past. It's kind of interesting to think into. And what's nice is that it has a lot to do with music too, because the person was never the person until the sound came out of them. And the sound, that like little thing of that becoming important, made a big difference. We're all actors, right? We're all playing in our play. But what we do with our sound is kind of important. There's so much cool things to think about, especially with the past and the future and all the different things that we share with sound and art and music and stuff like that, that I thought exploring the term persona and personality and giving you guys a little bit insight as how the root of it comes from making sound, I thought that would be pretty cool to share with you guys. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, just hit a like or something. I appreciate it. Anyway, talk to you guys soon, and peace.